Okay, looks like we're starting to stream. Hey, what's up? This is Dave. This is What's Up Dave, my daily stream where I catch up with my friends on the internet. It's Thursday, 6:30-ish, excuse me, p.m. on March 15th. And let's see, what's there to talk about today? A few things. If I look at the chat window, what do I have? Let's see. The cold that I've had for the past 2 weeks seems to have finally been passing. It seems like the cough is just about gone, which is great. But my low levels of energy continue, and it occurred to me that maybe that's due to all the comfort food eating I've been doing. As I've been sick, I've been allowing myself to eat like some very rich foods and some pies and cookies and all those kind of things on the theory that you feed a cold and starve a fever. Feed a cold. Figured if I'm sick, why not, eat some good food, right? But I'm also type 2 diabetes now, so I was just reading up on it, and there's all these fatigue-related effects that eating too many rich foods has on you. I'm surprised my doctor really hasn't told me about what to do about these things. So I remember like having an uncle that was diabetic, and he couldn't eat anything. I was wondering, how come I can get away with this? Is medicine much better? I just think doctors probably are, my doctors anyway, have just softballed the issue. They haven't said anything about like you need to change your diet or you need to change your lifestyle or anything like that. And this is something my doctor said last time, kind of gave me the idea that maybe doctors have just given up on people changing their lifestyle. So they say they just try to medicate you so you don't die. So I am making some diet changes today. I'm cutting out carbs again. I'm going to try to eat more whole foods like vegetables, cooking, and also not eat as much of it. This morning was like pretty bad. Like it was very difficult to get out of bed, and I almost went back to sleep immediately. I came downstairs, and I couldn't even move out of the chair to do basic stuff. And I thought it was like, oh, maybe I just that unmotivated to work. It could just be a weird blood sugar thing too. So I'm going to see if the diet actually affects my mood. Right now, it's very hard to initiate on anything. So we'll see. If that's the case, like I think if the cost of eating rich foods is that I can't use my brain, that's much more of an incentive to change my my eating and exercise habits than it is just to to look or to lose weight for its own merits. I need my brain, and I want my brain to be operating well. So let's see what it can do to make that happen. If it's a diet thing, diet and exercise will bring the brain back. That is super critical and important to me. Let's see, what else is going on? So, show and tell, let's look at some of these things. So, like these, I had gotten these are guitar humidifiers for the guitar. So, having gotten a nice guitar, my cousin had emailed me. He's the one who was helped me pick it out. So it's like, now that you've got this nice guitar, you probably should make sure it doesn't crack in the dry weather, because it's much drier here than it is where he is in California. And so these things were delayed by about a week. They got lost in one of the last snowstorms, and they finally arrived today, appearing on my doorstep. So we can take a look at these things. Let's see, let me draw this thing out like this, and let's see if this will work. Let's go to UXCam. So yeah, let me open up. There's two of them. The reason why, this is the Plus, and this is a regular one. It's much drier here in the Northeast United States than it is in other places. I got this one because it would be more to compensate for it. If the relative humidity goes above 40%, then I guess you switch to this one. This produces less humidifying watery effect. So you can leave that in. I guess it's possible to over-humidify your guitar. So it's interesting. It's like a little squishy little pouch. And inside of it, you put these crystals. Let's see if we can find the crystals. The crystals might already be in there. They're not in the box. So maybe if I open this up, I can see something. Yeah, there's something in there. So you're supposed to fill this up with water. Yeah, I can kind of see them on the bottom. Don't know if the camera will be able to. Probably can't pick up on that. Or maybe it can. So you use this syringe to fill it with distilled water. And then these crystals in there, these are hydroscopic crystals, and they swell up with water. And then as the moisture is released through this fabric, the thing scrunches up. And that's how you know when you're supposed to re-wet it. This is supposed to be good for 5 to 7 days. The normal one is good for 7 to 10 days before you have to refill it. And you can kind of see here on the side of the box, it has a picture of it filled and it ready for refill. So, and then this thing, I guess, goes on top of this somehow. This is to spread the stress across the strings. So you actually stick it in the hole of the guitar, like it shows on this front picture here. Focus, focus. This is ridiculous cameras. You'd think it would do center focus. This keyboard's just far too interesting for the contrast detection algorithm. Oh, is it stuck? I don't understand why this camera sucks so much. Yeah, so that's, you can kind of see that there. And it just fits in the hole there. So we'll see how that works out later. Last thing for show and tell is to open up a bunch of StickyPads. I was hoping to have the video card here for show and tell. You can this is where it is right now. So it was last reporting in Wilmington, Connecticut, 4 hours ago. So here's where I am. So in 4 hours, that depends where this is going. It could be going to North Billerica. I don't know where the next FedEx hub is, or it could be going all the way to Manchester and then distributed from there. This drive from here to here is probably about 2 or 3 hours, maybe 4 hours. So they said they would deliver by the end of the day today, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'm probably going to see this package tomorrow. But we'll see. I'm kind of curious where the hub is going to be. But let's open up these StickyPads. So these are the Emergent Task Planner 4x6 inch self-adhesive pads. These are some samples I retained from the last print run to when I was restocking Amazon. And I just need to find a pair of scissors to open these things up with. One thing that's changed this year, or rather last year, was I started packaging these things differently. So here's Paper Graphics is the printer I use here in Merrimack. Just sneeze. Excuse me. So, but I didn't have the package style here. So this is the packaging design. It looks like it fits. So each of them is like 100 sheets in the 2-pack format. This was tighter than I thought. This was harder to fit everything on here. So the ATP Fork self-adhesive on-the-go sheets, 100 sheets and 2 pads. There's the logo, Dave Say Functional Stationery. Visit davidsay.com for more information. The 4x6 inch Emergent Task Planner StickyPads. This is the Amazon SKU, so I don't have to apply different labels. So yeah, this is the new package. These aren't bad looking. This is too bad that this is so awkward looking. Maybe I should put this on the back now. But in general, the designs are all using this style of thing. Just a little bit ugly. Maybe one thing I can do is, that's how high up do I put this? I want to show as much as possible of the design itself. This is not a lot of space to write in. I wish you could go more to the edge on these. Let's see what this looks like, actually. I'm not sure if the manufacturer of this has changed their margins. So you can buy these on Amazon, the U.S. side of things. I don't fulfill these in any other way currently because it's too expensive. Oh, this is interesting. I'd forgotten this was actually a card. So there's some instructions on the back of the card. That's nice. Here's a nice little pad, so you can see how much like space there is on the edge. Unfortunately, this doesn't seem to match it very well. I probably should change the design of this card so it looks, it shows the space more accurately. It's a little bit misleading. Why are the colors so off? Yeah. Yeah, this they can't do anything about this border. I can't print closer to the edge, unfortunately. I should redesign this. It is too small to really print on. Maybe I need to get rid of these bubbles here. Spacing looks weird. I think I do really want to somehow fix this. These are popular with some people who just want to have Fields is the manufacturer of this. Yeah. I need to improve this. I'm not super happy with the way that these are. I was going to drop them, but apparently they're still popular with people. But maybe an update is in order. It is nice to have like the instructions on this. I should probably expand it to the other packaging. So I'll have this sample available now for me to look at. It's been a while since I've actually seen one of these. So I'm not pleased. Not pleased with it. This can be, there must be some way of improving this. I'll leave a pad out and I'll try using this for the next week to see if there's some improvements I can make to the design. Anyway, what else is going on? I think that's about it for today. I don't think that I'm going to see that package come in. What happened to my live dashboard? Yeah, so that's it for today. Tomorrow's the last day I'm going to do this. I might switch to a different streaming schedule next week. Doing these every day plus the blog posts, it takes quite a bit of my time and attention. So I'm thinking if I try 3 days next week, 3 times a week, that might be a little bit better. 3 times or 2 times, maybe a Monday one and Monday, Wednesday, Friday, something like that. On Tuesdays and Thursdays will be more of like work days. That might be enough because I think it's then I can focus on doing more targeted topics for these discussions and still not go over 15 minutes. As it is, it's at the 13-minute mark. One last thing before I go. There's been a lot of interesting talk on the Discord chat room, in our virtual co-working chat, about creating intentional communities, and also a little bit of side conversation about the blockchain, cryptocurrencies, or specifically using the blockchain to create other systems like voting systems, shared work systems, digital publishing. So I've been doing a little bit of reading on blockchains and how those work. It's kind of an intriguing idea. From what I'm gathering, the blockchain itself is just the ledger. That's the public record of every transaction that's happened. And then these other applications of it, like for publishing or whatever, is using some metadata that's encoded in the transaction itself to access other data services that are encrypted using the user's public key. So I guess the 2 things that are part of the whole blockchain cryptocurrency thing is that you need a public a private public key pair. And you also need, I guess, whatever software it is to register these transactions. But the transactions themselves are recorded by a third party. What is the part that's actually interesting is the public ledger. But the security issues still seem to be entirely up to the security of whoever's implementing the transaction recording. That's not quite, I don't quite have a grasp of it yet, but just trying to think of it, how this stuff works. But anyway, that's it for today. I'm kind of tired. I'm going to try to monitor the rest of my eating for the day so I don't get like super tired. So I haven't eaten a whole lot today, but just being a little bit hungry and having just enough energy to keep the brain working is what I'm going to try to do. So hopefully tomorrow, by not eating any like tons of complex carbohydrates, or was it refined, let's say refined carbohydrates, sugars, starches, breads, and things like that, maybe I can get my brain chemistry back and my ability to focus will come. It's been very difficult for me just to do anything, and very irritating. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Doink.